This video is about Ludwig van Beethoven's Piano Concerto No. 3. I'll explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Ludwig van Beethoven was born in Bonn in 1770. He showed great musical talent even as a child. His father, a musician himself, recognized this and began Beethoven's training at an early age. Beethoven gave his first public concert at the age of 7. In his youth, he learned to play the piano, organ, and violin. Beethoven also studied composition with various teachers in Bonn. In 1792, Beethoven moved to Vienna to study with Joseph Haydn. In Vienna, he quickly developed into a celebrated pianist and composer. He gave many concerts in the salons of the nobility. His first published works were very successful. During this time, Beethoven composed mainly piano works and chamber music. He established himself as one of the leading musicians in Vienna. In 1800, Beethoven began work on his third piano concerto. He completed the work in 1803. The concerto was premiered on April 5, 1803, at the theater in Der Wien. Beethoven himself played the solo piano part. The concerto is in the key of C minor. It consists of 3 movements, as was customary for classical concerts. Beethoven was influenced by Mozart's style, but went beyond it in terms of expression and virtuosity. The first movement begins with a long orchestral introduction. The main theme is first presented by the orchestra. Then the piano enters with a virtuoso passage. As the movement progresses, the orchestra and piano alternate. The movement contains many technically demanding passages for the soloist. Beethoven uses the full range of the piano of the time. At the end, there is a long solo cadenza by the pianist. The slow second movement is in E major. It has a calm, song-like character. The piano plays a leading role and presents the main melody. The orchestra usually accompanies it in a restrained manner. In the middle of the movement there is a contrasting section. After that, the main theme returns. The movement ends quietly and restrained. It shows Beethoven's ability to compose expressive melodies. The final movement is a fast rondo in C minor. The main theme is repeated several times, interspersed with contrasting episodes. The movement is very energetic and virtuosic. The piano and orchestra engage in a lively dialogue. Towards the end, the music modulates surprisingly to C major. The concerto ends with a brilliant coda. This movement shows Beethoven's humor and technical mastery. The third piano concerto marks a turning point in Beethoven's career. It is more dramatic and expressive than his earlier concertos. Beethoven expands the range of the piano. He uses the instrument more virtuosically than before. The orchestra plays a more important role than in classical concertos. Beethoven experiments with new harmonic turns. The work already shows elements of his later heroic style. With the third piano concerto, Beethoven cemented his reputation as the leading composer of his time. The work quickly became popular and was often performed. It influenced subsequent composers such as Brahms and Schumann. For Beethoven himself, it was an important step in his artistic development. He proved that he could master classical form and at the same time renew it. The concerto helped to establish Beethoven's international fame. Beethoven's third piano concerto is now part of the standard repertoire of all great pianists. It is regularly performed in concert halls around the world. Many famous performers have recorded the work. The concerto plays an important role in music education. It is often required for competitions and entrance exams. The work still fascinates today with its expressiveness and technical brilliance. It is a milestone in the history of the piano concerto.